Welcome to this week's Lent video. This Sunday we'll be reading the last of the 7 letters to the churches in Revelation 2 and 3. And for this video I want to mention some of the sources that I've been using for this Revelation series, and then also offer a couple themes or overviews that run through all 7 of these letters. But first, some books I've been using. The first one is More Than Conquerors by William Hendrickson. This is the classic Reformed commentary on the book of Revelation. It's by a guy who was a pastor and professor in the CRC a number of years ago now. It's a very clear, very helpful guide to a Reformed take on this book. A more recent commentary that I've been using is the book of Revelation by G.K. Beale. And you can tell by the width of the book that it covers a lot of the questions you might have on the book of Revelation. Not all the questions you might have, because that would be a library, but this is kind of the standard commentary in the book of Revelation these days if you ever want to take a really deep dive. And then for a little bit of lighter reading, the Sermons to the 7 Churches of Revelation by Jeff Wyma. Dr. Wyma preached here a couple years ago now. He's a professor at Calvin Seminary, was one of my New Testament professors. And if you want to read the best, most up-to-date and most accessible, really responsible reading of the 7 letters to the 7 churches, this is the book you want to pick up. So those are 3 guides that I've had along the way working through the book of Revelation, and especially the letters these last few weeks. So I also want to, as we wrap up these letters, talk to you a little bit about 2 themes that really pull them all together. And the first of those themes is, well, consciousness of Jesus Christ. Again and again, these letters call us to look to Jesus, to look to Jesus, to look to Jesus. Jesus is the central figure of the book of Revelation. He's really the central figure of all human history. And what these 7 letters urge the 7 churches and urge us to do is just to keep looking to Jesus. But along with that, these letters call us to make a commitment to Jesus. We aren't supposed just to look to Jesus, but we're supposed to follow him. Jesus comes to us with his grace and transforms us, and that transformation overflows into us following him and living in his ways. So at heart, these 7 letters all give us the same message, really. Look to Jesus and follow Jesus. We'll see you next week.